Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another Supported Employment and Education Career Pathways series. Career Pathways is a series designed to help provide young adults with information and insight on various professions and careers to consider as they develop their own employment goals and lane. Today we have fitness and health coaches Robert Brox and Jolie Brox of Fit for You Traveling Training. We also are going to spend a little bit of time talking about how fitness can add to, inspire, or be part of our mental health. So, would you all tell us a little bit about Fit for You Traveling Training and your journey to get there?
Ladies first.
All right. so Fit for You, we started off, been in business 11 years now. Started off doing personal training as well as group training. And so the motto was we bring the gym to you. So whether you wanted to work out at home, place of work, church, community center, local organizations, we would bring the gym to you, bring the equipment, and design a program based off of your goals for the one-on-one sessions. And then for the group sessions, we work with children as well as all the way up to senior citizens. So go ahead, you want to add a little more?
Well, first started off providing individual sessions and workouts to my friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so even before that, let's rewind that back.
College.
Right.
College sweetheart.
Yeah.
I played football. I worked out a lot. I always active, participating in different activities in my college career, and I also wanted to help my fellow people out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so one of those people was Jolie and a wonderful friend Wendy.
First client.
First client, actually, and also they allowed me to do my final project.
Yes.
And I got an A. So in that final project was basically implementing and writing a 6-week program
Mm-hmm.
for the both of them, and implementing that, and also recording their progress.
Yes.
Okay, so I really wanted to go into or be a NFL football player, but that wasn't my goal. I tore my ACL.
Yes.
So in college, you get thrown for a ringer. You have one pathway that you think is going, but life is going to throw you a curveball. How can you pivot? How can you adapt? And my lane was helping people.
Yes.
Okay, so you fast forward to, after we got married and before we had kids, we were working in corporate America. Okay, Jolie, you graduated with a...
Yeah, my degrees in communication and marketing.
And my degree was BS. Bachelor of Science degree.
Yeah.
And also double minored in coaching and strength and conditioning.
And you were a coach in college as well,
Yes,
correct?
so when I tore my ACL, my time kind of expired. I was a transfer, and I really gained the trust of my coaches. Being a transfer student, I was only there for maybe a year. And within that year, after tearing my ACL, the coaches said, you know what, you have something special.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can pay you to inspire your teammates. What are you talking about? Your time is up. Now you got a coach. Okay, fine. Easy decision. It's in my lane. I'm still doing my
Yes.
my therapy for my rehab, and I'm learning more and more. So as I'm learning more about the human body, physiology, anatomy, I'm just getting inspired. I'm like, man, this is my lane.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm healing faster. I'm eating better foods. I'm doing more research.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a few words that are on the back of my aspirations or my college dreams.
Yes.
Health and wellness promotion. That's the name of my major.
Mm-hmm.
HPW. It's the promotion of health and wellness. And at the University of Stevens Point, this was his first track ever in that field. It was either health and wellness promotion or physical therapy.
Okay.
I wanted to go more with sports because that's what literally saved my life.
Yes.
You know, being a 3-sport athlete at Milwaukee North Division High School and graduating there in 2000, you know, it's not too many options rather other than sports. Can you sing or dance? Or do you have a family business that you can work for? Or are you selling drugs? Okay? So to be frank, it was a no-brainer for me. You know, so really honing in on, I was also raised in a single parent household. So I gravitated to the male energy around me that was coaches, that was my uncles, that was my granddad. You have to really focus in on where that positivity is and where the negative is. Because I had a lot of friends running the streets.
Right.
Selling drugs or getting the fast money, but I saw they had the glitz and the glamour. I wanted to earn it instead of getting it the easy way. Because I had that, I just had those life lessons passed down to me. And I understand and I realize that so many young men and girls don't.
Yeah.
So right now, to be the catalyst, along with my wife and my children, we have 4 children, can't forget them.
Yes.
As we've been growing through these 11 years, my oldest, Mulaja, she's 11 years old. Her birthday was this month. So with this family business and raising our children along the bumps and the humps and this bill can't get paid right now. We're not millionaires.
Right.
We're striving to get there, but you know, it's not easy. So we're showing them the lumps and the bumps because also not having a business degree, that was one of the attributes or the tracks that I didn't say. I didn't go to college for it.
Right.
As business, as a business major. We had to learn it through these 11 years. that was our master class, if
University
you
of Life.
will. Come on, University of Life. So if there's anything that I could change, it would be nothing on the track. I know I'm bouncing around on you know, different attributes, but you know, how can you add into that?
That pretty much sums up how we started.
How we started. That was that was the start, the inspiration.
Well, you started off with being a personal private instructor with a fitness location, fitness club, right?
They really helped me hone my skills post college. I was one of the lead trainers there for 3 years, and I just wanted to bring the gym mostly to my clientele. I wanted to be more personable. I wanted to be more like VIP. And we worked literally with the who's who of Milwaukee and the surrounding suburbs. Politicians, doctors, lawyers, those who, you know, they have yachts in the yacht club.
Those who can afford more expensive, you know, type of
one-on-one
because
personal
of
training.
that specific facility. But yeah, it got to a point where you realize my community isn't being able to benefit from
all these skills
from these skills and you know all the knowledge that I want to bring. So, you know, once Rob decided, you know what, I want to take a leap and step away from corporate America and take all of the skills that I've learned and now bring it to my community. And so a lot of the areas that would be considered his weaknesses are my strengths. So that's where I was able to come in with the communication piece, the marketing piece. So it's more so a lot of the stuff he didn't want to do. That's my
organization. She's on the organization side.
So we sat down and he let me know, you know, exactly what his vision was. And then I saw, okay, I can see how this can go. So I didn't step out of corporate America right away. So once he took the first leap for the first year, then we kind of figured out the ropes. And then by year 2, transition to 3, then that's when I took a step and we decided to just put all our eggs in a basket and go full force and focus in on our family business.
Beautiful.
And what she means by the ropes is filing for their sole proprietorship, filing for these certain classifications so that you're legit.
Absolutely.
The paperwork, you know, is we got audited our first 2 years, and that was the best thing that could happen to a young business. Because when I say we had to get our paperwork in order, it was I mean everything. So that was extremely huge, and it's just doing the research, going to what is it, IRS.gov, and reading through, you know, what you want to do. Is it an LLC? Is it a sole proprietorship? Or is it a nonprofit? What do you want to hone in on and focus on?
Yes.
That wasn't taught.
University life.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So you all mentioned about some of the community work that you have done with Fit for You. Can you tell us more about that? The groups, the workshops, the children, the seniors. I know that the list is very long in regards to the camps and groups and things. Can you share more?
We'll start with AABN.
Yes. Yep. Starting from birth all the way up. So one of the first organizations that we helped work with, AABN, which is the African American Breastfeeding Network. So their organization helps to promote breastfeeding, helps to support mothers who want to learn breastfeeding, how to maintain breastfeeding, and things like that. So we started off working with that organization because of our children and, you know, of course, wanting to breastfeed. So then that turned into being able to offer sessions to the moms to just, you know, emphasize the importance of exercise while you're pregnant. And then going into toddlers, we started working with COA, Youth and Family Services.
Wait a minute. You forgot me. So, I also was a pure father advocate for AABN for 5 years.
Yes, he was.
So, you know,
mentoring the men.
Mentoring the men. We had our sessions as well, and we really focused in on how could we support the moms.
Yes.
And that was extremely pivotal for me because, you know, I wasn't taught life lessons in that realm. So it was a huge eye-opening experience for me to, you know, really focus in on not calling your mother a baby mama, but really focusing on this is the mother of my child or children. Okay, then the whole dynamic switches, the whole thought process switches. Then we start to talk about health and healing, and then we talk about how we can help you heal and help yourself and your family.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yes.
So then, transitioning to the toddlers, working with COA. So working with the children, the ages range from 2 to 7.
8-ish.
8-ish, something like that. Yep. And then eventually transitioning to their middle school grades. And then with high school, we work with some organizations, the Silver Spring Community Center.
NPS.
Programming with NPS.
And these included kind of the boot camps, the
correct
sessions. So
we would also do obstacle courses. You know, it's friendly competition.
Yes.
Yes.
It really gets the blood flowing, and it's the great icebreakers.
Yeah.
And it just tears down the walls of any, you know, any head trash that you have in, and you just want to have fun.
Right.
Organizations, icebreakers.
Yeah.
So we would go into organizations where they're having an outdoor event. Then we can bring the obstacle course, relay race, kind of make it a team thing. Some do a session for children as well as the adults, and they're just as competitive as the kids. So it's always a lot of fun doing
And
that.
all in that, we've been contracted for weddings. What else?
Weddings. What does that entail?
So some of them, they had a section that they wanted the kids to be entertained.
Okay.
So they were like, while the parents are over here doing their
They want
thing,
something fun, healthy.
So they had us come. We just set up.
It was a first.
And then we kind of, incorporated music. So everything that they did was with music. They could dance, and so it was a nice interactive,
Right.
activity.
And that was
for the
also
kids.
at one of the Congolese conventions as well, right?
Malawa.
For the Milawa, for their
Annual
program.
summer program.
You would do the
And
relays.
health fair.
Yes.
Yep. So various health fairs throughout the community.
We're part of Heal the Hood MKE. We're on the planning committee for that. This is our first year, but we've been vending with them for well over 8 years.
Okay.
And they have different block party and resource fairs throughout the city in different districts in highly poverty in poverty torn areas in the city. So
Provide resources
Yeah.
and
Yes.
things like that for the community. So
I was
that's always a good.
gonna ask, like, just starting off, how did you market for yourself? How did you get your name out there?
Word of mouth. The first
Yeah.
couple
The
years
first
for
couple
sure
years,
was
definitely.
word of mouth until we started.
And social media.
Yep, social media.
social media.
But yeah, for sure, the first couple years was more so just a few family members that he would work with. And we would just kind of, spread the word, let people know. And then they would, in turn, let their coworkers know, things like that. And then people who, certain churches, we would let them know, hey, this is a program that we offer, that we can bring to the church or whatever organization that you have. Anyone who starts to bring up, we want to try to bring more health and wellness to our organization or, whichever committee or, that they're working with. So anytime we hear the opportunity to,
Yes.
Educate, make it fun, bring the gym, and then about 4 to 5 years in, then we started incorporating health products to provide for customers, so for our clients. So we started off doing fruit and vegetable smoothies. Started taking those to different events, and then once we started, hearing that we could go to different events and vend as a larger opportunity, we started doing that. But then we realized it was a lot of work with the juicing, with just the two of us, and not really having a shared commercial space at the time. We were like, okay, this is gonna be a bit much. So, the way God works, just at the time that we were kind of questioning, okay, what's gonna be the next transition of a product that we can also incorporate. Then a friend of ours had a rustic lavender themed bridal shower, and she asked us to make lavender lemonade, which is on the doTERRA website for essential oils. We use essential oils a lot at our house for diffusers, shea butters, and things like that. So saw the recipe, changed quite a bit of things from that recipe to make it a little bit more health conscious. Took it to the bridal shower just to, see what people would think. And the reactions of everyone from trying it was like, a light bulb went off. So we decided, let's try to make this in bulk, take it to the next few vending events, community events, and let's see what happens. And because not a lot of people are aware of lavender lemonade or some of the health benefits, and we decided we need to provide samples, so that way people can really, give it a try, get educated on it, let them know about it. And that's been our best seller, and it's been helping us to really excel and take the business to the next level. So we've been able to grow every year in business. So it's been a blessing.
Wonderful.
And it's great.
Yes.
I've been at events where you guys have been, and I've had it, so I can definitely vouch for that.
Amazing. Yes. So I wanted to go back to the personal training side for a moment. So a young person who may be interested in personal training, or health, wellness promotion. What are some of the skills do you think are pivotal and important if you're looking to explore that as a career?
I would say definitely being a people person. If you don't like people, that's the wrong career.
Yeah.
Because you have to be really personable. And as we've seen with C-19, we have to pivot. And a lot of people really wanted to work out via Zoom or via, the airwaves. With me, I'm personable. I literally have to feel your energy in the room,
Yes.
and that's what my clients pay for too, and top dollar. So when a lot of my clientele wanted to, shift to Zoom, I just shut that completely down because I have to see you. I have to shake your hand. I have to see and gravitate towards where's your progression. And I really can't feel that or see that via Zoom.
Yeah.
So we took a huge hit, but we shifted and we went to more products. And the products are going to be extremely far more lucrative than just working with one client at a time.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally spreading your spider web and your outreach to literally hundreds of thousands of people,
Yes.
right? So it's more instruction and it's more investing in time right now, so we can build up the capital to reach more people on the physical training side.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you mentioned when you were in school for the health and promotion piece, you had to know like the physiology, if I'm saying that right.
Kinesiology, anatomy.
Yes. And all those things are important to being able to train and instruct properly
Yeah.
for safety and things like
And
that.
it's not
or
necessarily
something.
diagnosing, but it's
Mhm.
being aware of preventative measures that could prevent injury.
Okay.
A lot of my courses, I was alongside with doctors and nurses.
Yes.
We had to take anatomy,
Mhm.
300 level classes, 400 level classes, not
Mhm.
just 101, and also practicums.
Okay.
And also, you're gonna have to dissect a cadaver.
In
Okay.
school. When
In
you were
school, yes,
Okay.
definitely. So if you're not, you know,
Queasy.
a little
Right.
queasy, you know, you're gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
First you start off with animals, then you go to humans.
Okay.
So be prepared for that.
Okay. Okay.
Can I ask a follow-up to that? So there's like different routes people can take to become like a personal trainer, personal
Yes.
coach, right? And you went the route in which you were fully educated, went to school for, got your degree, and then took
Mhm.
that and, did more within your career. But
Yes.
there's other people that just go and do like a quick certification
That's correct.
and can be a personal trainer. So what would you say the benefit is? I feel like I know the answer, but like the benefit of that, and do you know people who are on the other end of that and do it a different way, and can it be just as successful?
It can be just as successful, depending on the person and depending on their drive. For me, going the route of 4 years BS degree, I got a lot more engulfed into it.
Okay.
UW Stevens Point was really beneficial, and they really have a curriculum that is geared towards learning and knowledge. But to say that, I did learn a lot more post-college,
Yeah.
okay? As far as natural healing modalities and not so much the Western style.
Mm-hmm.
But I did learn, you know, what they wanted you to learn as far as being critical and
Mhm.
have your
Mhm.
critical thinking skills and being test proven.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when you learn on the fly and you learn your ancestral connection to a lot of healing modalities, it really resonates a whole lot more.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's talk more about that. And like we said, this is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
We're having a lot of discussions about what promotes, mental health, what sustains, mental health, what can be part of our healthy mental health regimen.
Mm.
What are your thoughts on health, wellness, promoting mental health?
Okay. Well, mental health reigns really strong in my household because I was literally, when I was born, my mom was diagnosed with manic depressive schizophrenia. So dealing with a mom with that diagnosis, hello. Okay, so I was in foster care for a brief stint. My grandparents and my family members, they stepped up with what they could. And at the time, around that same time period, my grandfather had a massive stroke. So my grandmother wanted to take care of us, but she was dealing with my grandfather in and out of the hospital. Okay. And also uncles and aunts dealing with mental issues as well, and also codependency on alcohol and drugs. So dealing with all of this, and also living in 53206 zip code, you see it every day. So if I see it every day, what's in my little mind? How can I solve it? How can I cure it? I'm 3 years old, 2 years old.
Yes.
You know, I'm thinking of answers, and a lot of people, family members around me, oh, you're gonna be the doctor, Dr. Rob. They call me Doctor, Doc. Deep down inside, I probably didn't want to be a doctor. I just wanted to have something that had to do with healing all of these attributes that are around me that are just destructive, negative. But it's still love there because that's family. How do I help family? Oh, ding, 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 ding. How can we eat better? I don't want those chitlins over there. It stinks.
Can't be.
It can't be right. So, you know, just looking at our culture and seeing what is beneficial and what is just negative, and just making the obvious choice. So all choices are geared towards health, wellness, mental stability. My mom is in a balanced place right now. She loves the lavender lemonade. She's not drinking soda anymore. So I mean, these are the benefits that I'm seeing over a lifetime.
Right.
That my uncles, they like the lavender lemonade. My grandma loves it. You know what I'm saying? So we're teaching alkalinity. We're teaching what our ancestors knew and were deprived of. That's why the chitlins were better, or it was the only option. The soda is the only option.
Right.
Kool-Aid with high fructose corn syrup and heavy sugars is the only option. My children haven't even tasted Kool-Aid.
Rarely ever. We don't buy it.
I don't buy Kool-Aid.
Right. Right.
But yeah, those are.
But what I'm saying is, we really have to hone in on, you know, the connections to what is essential.
Yes.
Your mind is essential. Peace. Not seeing drive-bys, not seeing car accidents on the news all the time. That's affecting our mental awareness, our mental health.
Absolutely.
And it's triggering PTSD. It's a lot of triggers. It's so many triggers. So I'll let you go off on a tangent.
Yeah, those are basically some of the things that we, like to talk about and address, when we're talking to our clients, whether young and old, and just emphasizing, things that you can do to help with your mental well-being, that you can do, things that you can do for free, whether it's for those who want to pray, meditation, sometimes just walking. The importance of just drinking water and just trying to cleanse your body as often as you can, being aware of the things that you put in your body. And I understand everybody, nobody's diet is perfect. We all have our, moments. You can dibble dabble here and there, but just trying your best to find balance.
Right.
At the end of the day, just trying your best to find balance. So things that you can do as far as, depending on the type of insurance that you may or may not have, trying to find resources that you can tap into, whether it's paying for therapy. Of course, we know in our community,
it's frowned
upon, but one thing that I do love that we've been seeing the last couple of years is like our generation is more aware, like, no, we are not gonna allow our generation and those, coming after us to deal with those same
hold on
issues.
to those generational burdens.
It's like, no, our generation is saying we're gonna go and seek, that extra help and support. We're gonna get the counseling, get the therapy that we need, tap into, those resources. So those are things that we try to really, stress and emphasize. If you can exercise, walk, talk, a lot of cases it's just a matter of having that one person to be able to talk to. You know what I mean? A lot of people sadly don't have that. So those are things that we really try to emphasize in our education with our clients in the community.
A lot of our sessions turn into walk and talks. Literally, put these weights in your hand.
I've been a witness.
And we go to a local park, get some nice environment, nice sunny day, and walk and I'll just listen. I don't even talk. I just shut up and listen. And that is healing in itself. I just say,
In the
A
session,
lot of my clients are 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. They just want to hear something. They just want somebody just to hear them.
Being heard
and
is
bounce it off.
Yeah.
Right? So.
and then how it's like at the beginning of a session, depending on how someone's day may have gone, you may not be motivated to work out. You may not be motivated to really do anything, but then you think, you know what, I'll just give it a try. By the end of the session, you feel completely different. You feel more energized. You feel more light. So you can tell the difference in what, exercising can do. So.
Absolutely. Any additional questions?
Where can people find you? If people are interested in your services.
Yep, they can go to our website. It's www.fitforyoumke.com. So that's FIT4YOUMKE.com. Our Instagram is Fit For You MKE. Facebook is also Fit For You MKE. Or call phone number 414-897-3195. Yep. And definitely follow us on social media. We have a busy summer. Quite a few events that we'll be vending at locally and out of the city as well. So definitely follow us on our social media so you can find us for products. We are working on some final dates and a plan to get our summer boot camp sessions going again. So we're kind of working on a contract with Moody Park and COA for one location, and then looking at a location where we'll be getting ready to open up our storefront space. So we're super excited that we'll be getting that going soon this summer. So definitely follow us so you can learn more about our products, come and sample our products at our events, and then be following us for announcements on our boot camp sessions. Yep. And personal sessions will slowly start coming again by more so the end of the summer. So
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Rob and Jolie Brox. You all are a beautiful demonstration in our community of love, health, wellness, fitness, and family, and we appreciate you coming today.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate